Hi guys, welcome to Vic and Min's Rugby. It is out. The All Blacks team announcement for the second greatest rivalry tour test in Cape Town at the DHL Stadium after being spanked. I know it's not an All Black shirt, but it's black and white. I mean, you got to pay a little bit of respect. You're disappointed. Why are you disappointed, Kitty Rob? You won the first test. It's looking good. You're the world number ones, man. Don't be disappointed. We're going to go through this team in a second. I haven't even got the whole team out yet. I just put it together for you guys. Let me see if I can send this to. Once again, thank you to my friend Janlu of Janlu Brandt sending me the lineup. That was fantastic, Janlu. Thanks a lot. Let me see if I can just share that to my email account. I got 13 out of the 15 right. Good stuff. Guys, we're going to talk about it in a second. Just be nice. Be nice. And let me just send this to myself. Okay. So we can do that afterwards because it's crazy. I think it's a good team. Look, they had to make a few changes. Obviously, they had a few injuries. Josh Lord being injured. And, of course, Ethan de Groot. Not the Groot. He's not South African. He is New Zealander. I like the team. AB's 13. There you go. Positivity from the New Zealanders. I love it. I love it. I would say, look, I think it's a 50-50 game, as I think every game between these two countries are. But Dave Rennie, what has Dave Rennie come up with, guys? What has Dave Rennie come up with? An interesting team. Look, you had to make some changes, obviously, because of the injuries. I actually think the team got stronger, the starting 15, because I thought Ethan de Groot was good, or the de Groot. But when George Bauer came on, the New Zealand scrum improved a hell of a lot. Of course, you think it's a squad. But I like the team. AB's by 13. Yeah, all right. No, I think it's really good. Let's see what Dave Rennie has come up with. Here we go. So at the loose head prop, George Bauer will start in place of the injured Ethan de Groot. He was massive coming off the bench last week. So, of course, I actually think it's an upgrade. I thought he was better than Ethan. Not that Ethan de Groot didn't play well. Then, of course, Cody Taylor, he's going nowhere. He was a monster there. I mean, that whole front row was really impressive. So Cody Taylor going to be the hooker for the All Blacks. Then tight head prop going to be Tyrell Lomax. He did really well. Guys, don't forget to put in your tips there. I see a lot of All Blacks in there. Okay? Then at number 4, a little bit of a change on the lock position due to the injury of Josh Lord. Funny enough, no Sam Derry in the squad. But Lomax, here we go. Fabian Holland will play the 4. He played really well last week. It's a bad squad, okay. I don't think so. I think it's a fantastic team. Well, this team is fantastic. We can talk about it afterwards, about the Lions game. Then Tupavai moving from the loose forward position to the lock position there. Tupa. The box won't even turn up. Okay. Maybe they're going on holiday. They're scared as hell. They must be shitting themselves. Then Tupavai at the 5. Taking his position at the 6. We have Simon Park. I thought he did really well last week. Fabian is 5. Okay, Tupa is 4. Okay, all right, I can change that around. Don't worry. That 4-5 doesn't really tickle me at all. Then at the 7, we have Luke Jacobson. Another impressive performance from him last week. And, of course, at the 8, you have your captain, Ardie Savea. I thought, out of all the New Zealanders, I actually thought Ardie had the quietest game. That's saying a lot. That's just showing how good New Zealand was. Because Ardie was good, but I thought from the pack, I thought he was the quietest of the lot. I didn't think he had his best game as an All Black, but he didn't need to because they still spanked the Springboks. Well, then you're not going to change 9 and 10. Of course, Cam Roygott, for me, one of the 3 best scrum halves in the world at the moment, behind Dupont and Luku. Too many Chiefs. Okay. You New Zealanders crack me up. Too many Chiefs, too many Highlanders, too many freaking this. There's no Chiefs and Highlanders and Crusaders. It's All Blacks, my son. It's All Blacks. Just South Africa, we never talk about there's too many Bulls or too many Stormers or too many Sharks. The Springboks. Then at your number 10, Ruben Love, fantastic game. He is starting. I mean, I am envious of New Zealand for having this man at number 10. So Ruben Love looking good there. Needs more Canes. There you go. Bloody unbelievable. Then Leroy Carter is in the team. He's starting at number 11 in place of Josh Morby. Morby didn't have a bad game, but yeah. And I think it's just right to give Leroy Carter the start. He deserves his start. Then your two centers, Jordie Barrett, monster. He was monster last week. For me, man of the match last week. Man of the match. Jordie, different class. Then on 13, we have Quinn Tupaea playing next to him as the other center. I think so. We look in South Africa, we would be happy to have the next Andre Pollard down the ring, but I don't see no bloody Andre Pollard, the next Andre Pollard. At least we've still got him. Then at 14, Will Jordan, exciting player, scores the tries. Did have a few knock-ons last week, but that's just his game. He's just explosive, exciting. And then to round it off, Mr. Smiley, Damien McKenzie, starting at the fullback position. Springbok backline, 83 starts against me. Okay, there we go. Then on your bench for your All Blacks, Asafu Amua, he's starting at 16. At 17, we have Xavier Nomia in the team. Then at 18, Fletcher Newell. At 19, we have Patrick Topaluta. So we've got a lock on the bench there. That's very good. That's 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, got to take him out the squad. Almost did. Then a man that has impressed me a lot this season, Peter Lakai. What an explosive player. Where did you find the team list? I got it sent to me. I've got a fantastic friend. The minute it comes out, he sends it to me. Great stuff. 6 from 6. Could be. I don't know. You know me, I'm very open. Then you got Carl Preston. Look, I think Carl Preston is at the moment the number 2. I think he's overtaken Ratima, who's obviously got an injury. I didn't think Hotham was that good on Tuesday night against the Lions. I think Hotham has hurt his opportunity of maybe making the World Cup squad. Didn't think it was a good performance. Antoine Lena-Brown, you need this guy off the bench. He's basically your Andre Esterhazen. So he is coming there off the bench. And last but not least, Josh Morby, going to be the last reserve there for the All Blacks. The ref, I don't do the refs because I think it's the guy from Georgia. It is. It's the guy from Georgia being the ref. I think it's him for the second test, and I think it's Agnes Gardner for the third test, if I got it, remember. Who's complaining about the ref? No one's complaining about the ref. There was no one ever got handed anything because at the end of the day, guys, I've got to tell you one thing. One thing you got to remember. No ref in the world rugby, in any game that has ever been played, has fucked up as much as players fuck up. The ref makes one mistake and all the fans, oh my God. But they forget about all the knock-ons, the drop balls, the bad passes, the forward passes. Refs make less mistakes than all the players combined make 100 times more mistakes than the refs, man. So don't even talk about the refs. You win, you lose. End of the story. End of story. The Georgian ref, that's what I said. It is the Georgian ref. Now, let me just quickly go to my email because I do want to get that squad in its total entirety up there for you guys. I haven't got that yet, man. Crazy. Not getting it yet. I'm going to have to try to find let me see. I'm going to have to try to find. I don't know how the Springboks are going to play this game. All I know is it's not about running and it's not about kicking, because Chesham kicked really well last week, and the runners were good and stuff like that. I just want to change some things around. That's not the problem. The problem was we didn't have a leader on the field. That was the problem. We didn't have a field general. Grant Williams and Sasha were like headless chickens. That's right. All these refs are playing to get to the World Cup. They're not fucking going to screw it up for themselves. But there you go. So somebody's calling me. No, I can't. I got to decline right now. Got to decline. Got to decline. Because I am live. So declining. There you go. Sometimes your phone rings, you know. It's one of the channel people. Don't think so. I think you're kind of drunk there. Maybe you take the 2 away in the front. Maybe 33 is a possibility. Look, it's going to be a totally different game. It's supposed to be big thunderstorms, heavy weather, a roll of rainy in Cape Town, heavy pitch. So that'll be different. But look, that's the team. That's the team that Dave Rennie has come out with. I'm going to try to get a 13 and over. Look, for me, there is no favorite. I told you guys last week for the game against New Zealand, against the Springboks, that it's 50-50. I believe this game is 50-50. Do I believe the momentum is definitely with the New Zealanders? And look, this week, let's be honest, you New Zealander, you have to thank the Lions, because the Lions chose the team for Dave Rennie. I think. I don't think that second guard that was playing on Tuesday are as good as the first guard. There are a few players in there, obviously, but wasn't impressed with Wallace Atiti. I feel for Rico Iani not getting in this team. Look, everybody, listen, everybody, All Blacks are 5-0 over the Boks so far. No, they're not. Because the Lions, the Bulls, the Sharks, and the Stormers are not the Springboks. They are the URC teams. So if South Africa goes to New Zealand, we do the same tour and we beat the Super Rugby teams. We're not up against New Zealand. You're 1-0 up. And if you win the second test on Saturday, you've won the series, because the fourth test doesn't count for me. For me, that is a total money-making advertising thing. So there you go. There's no 5-0 up against the Boks, because not everybody that plays for the Lions and the Sharks are South Africans. There's also other countries in. That's just the way. So it's the same as when the Lions went to Australia. You play against Australia. That's the test. Now, whoever goes 2-1 up wins the test series. That's the bottom for me. The fourth test is for me. I can see whatever this test, the first three go. I think both coaches will play lesser teams in the fourth test. I just feel that. Because, come on. You know, and if we're going to have a fourth test, we've got to have a fifth test. I don't like this thing, this idea of, a test series can be drawn. You have 3 or you have 5. You don't have 4. I agree 100%, Wolfgamer. You know, we could have played against less URC teams. Just 5 weekends in a row, play against the Springboks. Now, that would have been great. All of them in South Africa. One in Johannesburg, one in Ellis Park, one in Loftus, one in Durban, one in Cape Town, and maybe one in Port Elizabeth. That would have been nice. The 5th will be in Aussie next year. Don't we have rugby championships beforehand? Isn't there like a rugby championship? Now, I said if New Zealand won the first test, I thought the series would go 2-2. Worst case scenario, 3-1 for the things. I do think the Springboks will win 1 at least. If they win this test in Cape Town, the next test is going to be massive there in Johannesburg and Soweto. A 1-round rugby championship. Okay. You know what? Scrap the rugby championship. Let's do this every 4 years. In 4 years, we go to New Zealand. Next year, we go to Argentina. The year afterwards, we go to Australia. I prefer these test series. I prefer this, man, to the rugby championship. But we'll see. We will see. But no, look, that is the team. I'm still trying to get that. Just want to see if I can get that email out there quickly. Why am I getting that? I would have liked to have. I'm not getting it. Okay? I'm not getting the email that I wanted. So I'm going to have to go and check something out here, guys, quickly, because I do want to show you the whole team in its entirety. Let's have a look here. Let's see if I might get a little bit of a lag here now, 1 second. But I do want to quickly go and see if I can get the All Black team in its entirety, because I couldn't get the All Blacks rugby. There you go. See what they do here. Come on. Should have it out. All Blacks name players in Cape Town squad. Come on. Why is this not going there? What I want. All right. Here we go. So, might get it now. Just waiting for it to come out. Not working at the moment. But I'll run through the team again, no problem. Ah, here we go. All right. So, let's take that out there quickly. So, we'll do it like that. There you go. That's the first one. And second one. All right. All right. So I'll put the team out there for you guys now, because sometimes things are complicated. Huh? Ah, okay. All right. Thanks for that information, Kiwi Rob. Magpies won as well today, so you must be happy. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to put that out on the screen there quickly for you guys. We'll do it like that. That is the starting lineup from the All Blacks. And then I'll just add the reserves in there for you for a second. Then we'll go through the team one more time. Lions tour in 2029. Okay. I do like these tours. I do like these tours a lot. I think this greatest rivalry, we should have this every 4 years. I mean, it was 30 years since we had the last one. Let's be honest, 30 years is just way too much. There you go. Just going to put them really quickly side by side there. There you go. So those are your two teams. That's your team put out there. That is the All Black. That is the whole All Black squad there. Look, I think this team has actually got stronger. I think it's got stronger. If you're a South African, you should be worried, because I thought George Bauer was better than Ethan de Groot. Josh Lord obviously was unlucky, but Fabian Holland, Tupavai on that 4-5 is good. Simon Parker played well. The rest of the team kind of picked itself. Leroy Carter coming in for Josh Morby, I think, is a good thing. I think that even makes the All Blacks stronger. I think this is a stronger 23 than it was last week. So if it's a stronger 23 than it was last week, are our Springboks as strong? That's the question. Because if they're not, we're going to get hammered again. All Blacks literally host the Lions in 2029. There you go. I'm pretty sure it is happening every 4 years, and hopefully Aussies have a tour with Argentina. I think you should have, instead of the Rugby Championship, let's have, this year we play New Zealand, 3 tests, or 4, or 5. 5 would be better. Next year we play Australia 5, then the year afterwards we play Argentina 5, then you have the Lions coming, and then you have, again, New Zealand. Kind of like that would be the perfect way. I'd like to see the French come down to South Africa for a tour once with 4 or 5 games. 5-3 split. Yes, you have a 5-3 split. So that is your team. That is your team for New Zealand, guys. Check it out. I hope you're enjoying it like that. I mean, I think it's a great team. I think it's better than last week. I think it's better. Yes, you would have liked Ethan de Groot maybe to be on the bench. Josh Lord, Fletcher Newell, Patrick Topaluta, they're in there. I mean, it's good, man. Lakai, you know. And I mean, let's say, look at it. Lumea, Preston, and Josh Morby, you know, they haven't even had 5 tests together, so that's good. Simon Parker only on 9. I mean, look, Artie Surveyor and Cody Taylor both of 110. So that is impressive. I'm gonna try to do the women's game on Saturday. Springboks against the Lady Black Ferns, what you call them, huh? Try to do that. We're gonna get thrashed. I've got a bet going with Vern that the All Blacks ladies score 100 points for a curry dinner at a restaurant. The women's games are better than the men's. I love women's rugby. Going to be a hell of a second test. Doing the Argentina against Australia game as well. Don't be sexist there, Wolf Gamer. Don't be sexist. But let's go through the whole team again quickly, position for position, and then I'll let you guys go. There's a lot of things going on in the world of sports. So let's start. I watch women's rugby, but not even start with women's game. But it's not better. It's different. Why I always say it's like comparing apples and oranges. They're both great fruit. Some people like apples more. Some people like oranges. I like a fruit salad. There you go. Let's check it out. So, Dave Rennie, what have you come up with today for us? So, George Bauer will start at the loose head prop. Cody Taylor's going to be your hooker at number 2. At number 3, the tight head prop is going to be Tyra Lomax. At number, I've got to get this right now. At number 4, Tupavai, one of the locks. At number 5, Fabian Holland, the other lock. At number 6, your loose forward, Simon Parker. At 7, the impressive Luke Jacobson really impressed me last week. And your captain at number 8, Artie Surveyor. Then Cam Roygaard starts at the halfback, scrum half position. Look, that's what, yeah, look, you outscored us, you out-tried us, you out everything to us, man. Listen here. Thank Geordie Barrett for those 2 try-saving held-ups, huh? I don't know if there's a women's Lions team. I do not know. Don't know why he hates women. Ruben Love at 10. Leroy Carter in the team starting at 11. Then, of course, man of the match for me last week, Geordie Barrett at 12. Next to him is Quinn Tapea at 13. Will Jordan, your record try scorer, unbelievable at 14. And Damien, I can't stop smiling, McKenzie. I didn't have a good first half, but he was monster in that second half. Coming off the bench for your All Blacks, Afu Amua. Then Xavier Numia at 17. At 18, it's Fletcher Newell. At 19, it is Patrick Topaluto. 20, we got Peter Lakai. 21, we got Kyle Preston. Preston impressed me. No pun intended. Then you got Antoine Leonard Brown at 21, Mr. Versatility, the Swiss Army knife. And then Josh Morby at 15, who can also play the 11, the 14. So the New Zealand's got a lot of nice options there. But Mills Molina, I don't like Mills Molina. I think he's very biased. So there you go. Satiti. You know what, guys? Talking about our Wallace Satiti. I'm going to just put Dave Rennie back up front there. Talking about Wallace Satiti. 2-3 years ago, he was hyped. I thought he was going to fucking take off like a rocket. Kind of like Sasha. A little bit too much hype. Maybe they felt the hype themselves. I think Wallace hasn't been up to the heights everybody thought he was going to get. That'll all still come. He's still very young. No, they didn't. South Africa won both games against New Zealand 2 years ago. Or didn't they? Did it go 1-1, I think? And you guys did 1-1 in New Zealand. Got spanked in Wellington. Everything's possible. If no one knows what the score's going to be on the week. Everybody wants. I want the Springboks to win. The Kiwis want the New Zealanders to win. Is it going to be a close game? It could be a close game. It could be a blowout. Either way, everything's possible. When these two countries play against each other, all I do know is the Springboks better come out with a different mentality. Because the first 40 minutes were good. And then the shit hit the fan. We pissed against the wind. Whatever you want to call it. I still say Asha played really well. Look, the Lions showed me something that we've learned, and I think the Springboks have also learned. We're not as good in depth as we think we are, both nations. I don't think, people talk about 60 Springboks. We dish out Springbok jerseys like fucking candy at Halloween. I don't think we have 60. I think we will be lucky to get a very strong 33 for the World Cup. I think there's a lot of players that are overrated. Also with New Zealand, there's a few of those players showed me against the Lions. Are you first choice All Blacks? No. There you go. So that, yeah, look, injuries come along as well. I don't want to. I love Wallace City. Talked about Australia. I don't like Victor. Okay. Why don't you like me? Keep you up. Don't like me. There you go. But look, that is the team. That is the team for New Zealand. I'll put the whole team out there again quickly. There you go. So those are your starters. There you go. Good starting team. Lots of veterans there with Cody Taylor, Artie Surveyor, Geordie Barrett, and Damien McKenzie. And then, Tupavai, Lomax have got a few. Then it's the rest of the team is really young. If I compare that to the South African team, your team is not overaged. Oh, the South Africans play everybody from 40 to 60. We get fucking killed, man. Come on. Just because you get a Springbok jersey these days doesn't mean you're a bloody Springbok. Those are your reserves. That's it. But guys, I'm going to bugger off now because I bid the team for you. Got a lot of stuff coming on the channel today. This evening, DEFCON Rugby is at 1900 today. We'll talk about this squad again. Then there's live basketball on the basketball channel this well. A Champions League draw is coming up. We might do something. So, I'm not a fan of these big squads these days. Everybody like, oh, we have 60 Springboks or we have 50 All Blacks. Some of these guys, 20, 30 years ago, wouldn't have got a Springbok jersey or an All Black jersey. In my eyes. In my eyes, they wouldn't have got a jersey. Like the new Timberwolves signing. Join us this evening for basketball. I can tell you, for all you basketball lovers, we're doing, France against Slovenia tonight. And then, of course, Brazil against Dominican Republic at 1 o'clock in the morning. Go to our basketball channel. You check it out. Guys, that's me for the rugby channel. I think this is a fantastic All Black team. I think it's stronger than last week. I think the Springboks, we got to be careful here. We can't afford to lose the second test. How many hours? Whoa. What is it? 1 o'clock now? Let's say it's 1 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 7 hours time. It's 7 o'clock, and then it's going to be like around about 8 o'clock in the morning for you, the second game. So check it out, you guys. Guys, that was it. Your All Black team announcement for the second test in Cape Town. Let's see what happens. May the best team win. Go Bokke. And yeah, we'll see. Can Dave Rennie outclass Rassie again? He outcoached him last week. So let's have a look, man. All Blacks need some props. The All Blacks... HAS, the All Blacks destroyed our Springboks. They don't need anything. We're the ones that have to do something. Guys, enjoy, man. See you later. Ciao, ciao.